Certain LEGO sets, and LEGO Star Wars sets in particular, have had a significant impact on the community more than others. The original Clone Troopers Battle Pack and the Phase 1 one from the Clone Wars really sparked army building. The 501st Battle Pack, of course, from 2020. The UCS Millennium Falcon, Cloud City, to name but a few. But these sets have had some of the biggest impact on the community. There is one LEGO set, I think, in particular, that has had a huge impact on the LEGO Star Wars MOC building community. But where did LEGO Star Wars MOC building begin? Well, let's start at the beginning.
We have our heading.
Here we go!
So obviously Lego MOC building is older, but Lego Star Wars MOC building is about as old as the Lego Star Wars itself, about 25 years. And there was two main areas before about 2009, 2010, or even during that time before that. You had kind of some of the older adult Star Wars people that built like Tatooine, Hoth. Those are some of the MOCs that you see in the original visual dictionary from, I think, 2009, the 10-year anniversary. So there were those MOC builders. And those didn't, just for fun, showed them at a few things, but didn't get as much publicity, and not as many people saw them. And then there was another side, and that would be the YouTube MOC builders, the teenagers and younger kids building their clone armies. I think we all can remember the 2x4 wall clone army bases, and I think pretty much everyone, if you grew up in the early 2000s, pretty much every single one of us, and you like Lego Star Wars, you tried to build some sort of clone army, or clone base, excuse me. I know I had multiple different little clone bases myself that didn't really look that good, but nonetheless were there. And yes, just a ton of 2x4 bricks, and they had just a simple wall and some simple turrets with your 2005 turbo tank or your 2008 ATTE or other sets like that. These MOCs bring back happy childhood memories of some of our first LEGO Star Wars videos that we even saw. I would be very skeptical myself to think that if you're watching this channel and like LEGO Star Wars, you've probably seen this video before. These first years for LEGO Star Wars MOC building, at least on YouTube, were quite simple, very simple builds. There was a side of the community that had very intricate builds, but they really weren't on YouTube that much. But as people grew up, as YouTube grew, clone fans and their abilities to build better MOCs, and some of those adult fans started having YouTube channels, would bring the molding of a new era of MOC building to full realization, spurned on chiefly by two things: one man and one Lego set. December 2013, a new era of Lego Star Wars had begun, in particular MOC building, in a new way that we didn't realize at the time. David, or Solid Brick Studios, began building Kashyyyk week by week. What started out as a weekly series transformed into a 2-year journey of building a massive, large, perhaps the largest Lego Star Wars MOC outside of some of them that have been previously mentioned, of the Battle of Kashyyyk. It was by far the largest MOC of the Battle of Kashyyyk up into that time, and it was truly the start of a new era. The set that I have mentioned, that was the whole ability for this reality to happen, is 75035 Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack from 2014. This is the vehicle that gave David the ability to build this MOC. This set, probably above all others, is the reason for MOC videos, channels, series, and reels as we know them today, comes back to this one set in a way. For this set was the great stepping stone needed to begin this era. With the return of Star Wars to the big screen, many people came back to earlier childhood memories and hobbies of Legos in particular. They started watching Star Wars again, and they started building Lego Star Wars again. David, during this time in particular, as well as many others, would continue doing bigger and bigger MOCs, including the Battle of Scarif, Crate, Mandalore, etc. And again, it wasn't just him alone during this time. There was many other people and channels that started. Another one that does some amazing work is CoconutBircks Studios, does some truly amazing MOCs, just amazing stuff. You guys should definitely check him out. His it's a little bit older now, but his Katie Nemoidia MOC, just unreal of what he was able to do, and just an kind of a not a backwards but a backwater idea for a planet. Just super cool. Definitely check him out. So, mock series were a proven and enjoyable and exciting way to see the progress, whether of week to week as some, or sometimes month to month. But big changes were coming to the MOC content, Lego Star Wars MOC content arena on YouTube. First off would be COVID. Need I say more? But why actually? Well, there was two big reasons that MOC building changed. First off was the return of Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Finishing that, going along with that, David in particular of SolidBrick Studios made Mandalore. Other channels did a lot of MOCs around those, around Season 7 and different things. But something else happened during that time as well. The rise of TikTok. Now, not necessarily MOCs have been huge on TikTok back then, but the way we consume media started to change. And you can see it most chiefly in the past 3 years of MOC building. You've seen it already. Not so many building MOCs week by week. How many times have you seen, I built a clone base in a day, in a week, etc.? I built this little Lego thing in a week. I have a few days to do that. I can't remember. I'm going to throw him up here, but I believe about 2 years ago, someone made an entire Lego city in a month to flood it, and it's super cool content, super cool ideas. But the reality of the situation has made it that people, because of those generally, but in particular, our attention span sadly has been shortened by fast-paced media content, that many people are no longer willing to sit down and watch a week-to-week MOC series. To that point, though, there are a few remaining people that still have the audience that have been geared towards that. In particular, as I've talked about him a lot because he's one of the biggest people within the Lego Star Wars MOC community, David has that community built that is something that they expect. He is the gold standard when it comes to week by week, but he's been one of the only people to be able to survive this change in media, and still his videos do fairly well. Especially, obviously, his showcases at the end do massively well, but that's because they are beautiful projects, and those can be consumed in a quicker time, and you don't watch it week to week. During this time, David has done his, at least up until this point, his largest MOC, and perhaps his magnum opus of all time. We will have to see, but the second battle of Geonosis. This was truly a gargantuan MOC, and up until going back to watch some building Kashyyyk videos for this video in particular, it just makes Kashyyyk look tiny, which is wild to say, because at least back in the day when I was 15, 16, when building Kashyyyk came out, I thought that was a massive MOC and very, very cool. Now you look back after he's done building Geonosis, and Kashyyyk just looks tiny. Maybe it's time. I would love to see his next project, or one of his future projects in the next 3 to 5 years, building Kashyyyk round 2 and making it bigger. I would love that, but that's beside the point. I know this year would have been really good for that, but he's had a lot of things going on. Again, I talk about him a lot. If you haven't, please, I will try and put something here to go check out his channel. If you guys haven't, just even look up the MOC videos or the finished products of Kashyyyk, Mandalore, Geonosis, to name but a few. They are truly incredible. If you haven't already, you definitely should at least check that out and go check out his channel. Lego Star Wars Mocs have had a fascinating history on YouTube, from the simple clone bases of our childhood to David's first large MOC to the fast-paced challenge MOCs that we have all seen lately. The landscape has truly changed. Maybe not always for the better when it comes to some of that fast-paced media, but the core goal and the core dreams of MOC building stay the same. A person's burning passion to recreate a scene, a battle, a snapshot of something that they enjoy in Star Wars, and be able to live that out in a small way by making a little part of Star Wars, a little bit of Star Wars, something that means so much to us. We get to create a tiny little piece of that ourselves. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Let me know what your favorite MOC that you have seen, or what you think of the current mock building situation is on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.